Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today's video, as you can see from the title, is going to be my March favorites. These are some of my favorite videos to do because as the month goes by and I'm trying new things and I'm consistently like maybe reaching for the same couple of products, I'm always thinking to myself, oh, I can't wait to tell my subscribers, my viewers about this product. It's really great. It was a great find. Or I've been using it for a while and I'm still loving it. And you know, a couple of these products I think I've done reviews on, or they've been part of a review, and I'm still really impressed with them. So those are things that I'm going to be sharing with you in today's video. So if you're interested in seeing my favorites from the month of March, then please keep on watching. So in the month of March, my family and I took a trip to Los Angeles. We go there pretty often because it is a very short ride for us, those of us in Las Vegas. It's about 4.5 hours to get to where my family lives, just outside of Los Angeles. So our kids love to go to the beach, and I just love the city. I wouldn't want to live there because the traffic is horrendous. I personally, unless I had millions and millions of dollars where I wouldn't really need to leave my house that much, I don't think I could live there. But I love to visit, and when I am visiting Los Angeles, I love to go to Namie's, which is, I'm sure I've talked about it a million times, which is a huge beauty supply store, but it's not like you might be thinking like Sally Beauty Supply, not even close. It has everything a makeup artist or hairstylist would need. They have a whole section for appliances, they have a whole section for wigs and hair extensions, and then they have the studio service where you can just, it's kind of like a, God, I can't even explain it. It's just like shelves of different products. And then they have a salon there, and then they have the level where they've got, you know, all your beauty brands, MAC and NARS and Laura Mercier and Smashbox and Bobbi Brown. And then like some smaller brands like Girlactic, and I think they have Senna Cosmetics. They have Risadoesmakeup, which I think is a Canadian brand. Tons of skincare brands like Peter Thomas Roth, Rodial, Glam Glow. Anyway, it's basically heaven on earth for a beauty junkie. So I went there and I got some things. And then I also wanted to visit the Morphe brushes store, because I'm sure if you're on any type of social media or even on here on YouTube, you see Morphe mentioned ad nauseum. Am I right? I mean, so many people are affiliates of this brand. I am not, but I still did want to go there because I have used products from their brushes and palettes, and I just wanted to go there and see what all the hype was about, and then try some things, you know, just kind of maybe pick out some new brushes because they are really well priced. So anyway, I went to the Morphe store and I got a couple brushes, and the reason why I'm showing you these brushes is because you guys know me, that I have hooded lids, and I'm always talking about the struggle to work on my hooded lids and also my aging lids. So two brushes I want to mention. They're great for all eye shapes, but especially my hooded ladies. This is Morphe E28. I love this brush. It's just the perfect width. I've mentioned before that working on a hooded lid in the crease where you don't really have a crease, sometimes the bigger brushes, they just cover too much area, and I just like a smaller brush. And then this is the Morphe M124. It's a tiny little lid brush. I've been using this to put color on my lid because, again, I don't have a lot of lid space, and I still love to use like shimmers and things, even though, you know, some people may say that when you're over a certain age you shouldn't use shimmers and glitters and all that. I can't help it. I still love them, and so I will use shimmers, but I will only use them right on the lid, and it's hard when you have a hooded lid not to get those shimmer shades into the crease, which then doesn't look so good. So you have to be really precise when you're laying down shimmers on a hooded lid or a crepey lid or a wrinkly lid, whatever you want to call it. Not that those are one and the same. You can be hooded and not wrinkly. Anyway, I just love how tiny this brush is. You can wet it to use those shimmers and get a lot of pigment on it. And these brushes were like $6, $4. I couldn't believe how inexpensive the brushes were, and they are really good quality. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, Morphe's just hype. They're just trying to push their brushes. And I agree. I'm a little over everybody pushing their promo codes for Morphe, but I do think that they're a good brand. So, and again, I don't make any commission or anything. They didn't send these to me. I bought them at the Morphe store. I wasn't going to buy a palette. I told myself I'm not going to buy a palette, but then I spotted this 35K, and I just don't see it talked about that much. Everybody talks about the 35O palette. It's the one that's always sold out. It's the one that has really warm, I could probably go grab it for you. Just maybe that'll be better. Yeah, let me go grab it. So this right here is the 35O. Very, very pretty. It's got tons of like neutral browns and kind of warm orangey shades over here. It's got a couple really pretty like copper type shades, or one copper type shade, one like really pretty gold. For me though, I don't love it. Like it just wasn't, it's one of those things where I feel like I'm guilty of this too, so I'm not saying that you're bad if you've fallen for this, because I think all of us that are really into makeup and especially watching makeup on social media like Instagram and Snapchat and all that stuff, we fall into the hype where everybody talks about one product or a couple products, and then all of a sudden it's like everybody has to have it. So probably like the last year or so, maybe even longer, everybody's been screaming about like warm tones. Everybody's got to wear warm tones. Warm tones is what looks best on me. I love this orangey shade. I love this red shade. And all these palettes coming out are like warm, 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 warm. And sometimes those shades don't work for everybody. You want to believe that they're going to work for you because you see your favorite, you know, guru wearing these colors and you're like, oh my God, they're so amazing on her. They're going to absolutely work for me. But that's not always the case. And you want them to work for you so bad and you fall for the hype, and then you end up putting it, you know, off to the side because you're like, well, that didn't work for me. That wasn't worth it. Not everybody, you know, colors, skin tones, and eye colors and products are not always universally flattering. So I also fell for the hype on this palette. I don't know, I hardly ever use this palette. And so when I saw this one, the 35K, I thought, why don't people talk about this one more? Because to me personally, I love that it doesn't have so many neutral browns. It does have a lot of them, but it also has like your kind of your cooler tone shades, and it also has like a nice matte black. I found the pigment in this to be really, really stellar. It's better than, in my opinion, the 35O. But you do, so you have your warms and your cools in one palette. And this color right here, like I did a warm look today using this palette just so I could show you that if you are one of those people that do like a warm tone, then you can still use this palette for sure. I mean, obviously if you're one to like say, I'll never wear those grays or silvers, then, you know, but even honestly, the palette is $20, or this one was actually 22 or something. But for all these shadows, even if you're not going to use the bottom row, it's still, you know, it's still a really good price. I was really impressed with that. So this is definitely a favorite palette, and I highly, highly recommend it. No, I don't have a code for you. Sorry, but there are tons of them going around on Instagram that you can find. Whew, sorry, that was long-winded, but I really wanted to be thorough about why I like that palette so much. Now, another palette. This was like a fluke find. I was in Ross Dress for Less. I don't know if any of you, it's not all across the US and definitely not, you know, worldwide, but there's a shop here in town. It's called Ross Dress for Less. And for the most part, I never find anything in there. I'd heard that people had found like Kat Von D and Stila and just great makeup at Ross and Marshalls and TJ Maxx. And so I always go in there and I just kind of scope things out to see what I can find. And I don't know why, but I was so drawn to this bronzer palette. It's from a brand called Beauty Treats. No clue what that is, but this palette was, I think, $8. And I was just so drawn to it because I love for summer all of these like bronzy, and you know, I may not do so well with like really orangey tones on my eyes, but I love a peach blush. And this had such pretty colors in it. They had a couple that were like, you know, look like nice subtle shimmer highlight shades, and I thought for $7 I'm gonna give it a try, and I was so impressed with it. So if you can find it, this brand Beauty Treats, if you do live somewhere that has a Marshalls, a TJ Maxx, or a Ross, check it out, try to find this. So when I was at Namie's, you know, I always bring a list with me of, you know, things I wanna buy with my discount, and one of the things was I wanted to get the Dose of Colors Bear With Me liquid lipstick. I really love Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. Absolutely love them. I love the formula. They don't crack on my lips. I've tried so many different liquid lipsticks, and some of them that are like the super popular brand that I won't name. I'm not even a real fan of those. I find them really, really drying. But these Dose of Colors ones, I'm obsessed. So I really wanted to get Bear With Me, and luckily they had it. And this is the color. I have it on my lips right now. It's a peachy pinky nude, which is, let's face it, the color I wear the most often. And, oh, I just got it all over the side. Yuck. And then these are some of my other favorite colors. This is Stone, which if you follow me on Instagram, which is @risadoesmakeup, I wear this one a lot. It's a little bit more mauve-y. Not a little bit more mauve-y, a lot more mauve-y. And then Truffle, another favorite. So these three colors, they're pretty much all I will wear. If I'm going out of town and I need to pack a makeup bag, these three colors are really all I need. I love them. Love the formula, love the finish. I can throw a gloss over them. Highly recommend those. I have two more things to show you. One is skin and one is for the hair. The first one up for skin is the Pixi Skin Treats Glow Peel Pads. And I purchased these from Target for about $22. And I had never heard these talked about anywhere. And apparently when I started Googling them, lots of bloggers that I apparently don't watch or read their blog to talk about this product. I discovered it from one of my favorite makeup artists, JD180. She, on her Snapchat, was talking about these, and she's an esthetician. She was originally an esthetician, now she's a makeup artist. I don't think she does, you know, facials and all that anymore, but she pretty much sticks to makeup. But I trust her opinion on skincare because she is a licensed esthetician. And she was talking about how she always recommends these to her brides before their wedding because it really helps to break up debris embedded in the skin. It refines your pores. It has 20% glycolic acid, so it does have a little bit of a sting to it. It also has retinol in it, which is, everybody knows about retinol, you know, your retin A. It is a great product for breakout prone skin, aging skin. It's just a product that every woman really should, an ingredient that every woman should have in some skincare product that they own, if they're not sensitive to it. But it's paraben free, it's not tested on animals. I had previously been using, not religiously, but I had previously been using the Unwrinkle Peel Pads from Peter Thomas Roth. And these are both 60 pads. Yeah, this one is double the price. And they pretty much have the same core ingredients. I mean, the Unwrinkle has a couple more things, you know, chamomile and green tea and some amino acids. This one is, it doesn't really, honestly, if I try, I cannot read the ingredients on this. It is so tiny, the writing. But the major ingredients, 20% glycolic acid and rose water, is right on the top. And I am loving these peel pads. I've been using them every night. And it says you can use them every night. I wouldn't if you are somebody who is not used to a glycolic acid at all. I wouldn't just jump to a 20%, absolutely not. I would, especially not every night, but my skin is thick, oily, can take a lot of acid on it. So for me, I do get a little bit of sting when I put this on. I leave it on for like 2 to 3 minutes and then it deactivates by splashing water on your skin. That's what I've noticed in a week of use. Definitely an improvement in the texture of my skin, in the clarity of my skin, just the overall feel of my skin. It usually has kind of like a rough texture to it, no matter what I do. And this has really, I've noticed a distinct difference in my skin after using these, and a great price too, $22 for the 60 pads. And then finally, I do have a full review of the Ouai hair care on my channel. This is, if you're not familiar with Ouai, it's the brand that was launched by Jennifer Atkin, who is a celebrity hairstylist. Hair oil is probably my favorite product from the line. And what I love about it is it can be used as a heat protectant, it can be used as a treatment, you can use it before you blow dry, you can use it after you blow dry. It gives a lot of shine, it takes down frizz. It smells fabulous, I think. I really like the smell of it. It doesn't leave a super greasy feel on your hands. A lot of times after you put an oil through your hair, you really have to wash your hands good and then they still kind of feel greasy. This does not. It washes clean very quickly. So it also is a hair color sealant. So if you're out in the sun or you've just gotten your hair colored and you really want to preserve it, then this will help with that as well. I was just recently out by a pool with some friends who were in town and they were staying in a hotel on the Vegas Strip. And so I was out there with them pretty much all day. But before I went out, I slathered my hair in this to protect it. My hair is kind of damaged right now because I am trying to go lighter, and the girl who recently colored my hair in hopes of making it a little bit lighter, I'm not gonna say she messed it up because it was a combination of miscommunication between both of us. I definitely think it was kind of both of our faults, the way my hair turned out, but it didn't turn out good at all. And anyway, it's not, I don't know if you can tell, but she had to chop like a good inch all around my head, and especially my layers in the back are super short now. And anyway, it's just not good, and I can't even attempt to light my hair anymore, she said, for like probably another 2 months or so. So that's kind of frustrating. So don't go dark if you have damaged hair, because you will not be able to get it back. I mean, they always say like that going darker will make your hair better, but that's why I was confused with what she was saying, because she was basically saying that I should never bleach my hair again. I'm like, well, then how am I supposed to get my hair lighter? I don't know. It's a long story. You guys don't want to hear about it, but anyway, I love this hair oil. It's great. It's probably my favorite of all the oils I've tried, and I've tried a ton. So that is all for my March favorites. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've tried any of these products, or you do try any of these products that I mentioned, please let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts. Please comment and give the video a thumbs up if you did like it. If you have not subscribed, I'd appreciate it so much. And then also you can follow me on my social media accounts, which are Instagram and Snapchat. Both are Risa Does Makeup. So once again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I thank you so much for watching.